Alright, so this is using the viewfinder to create a sketch on newsprint, and I finally have gotten my camera in the right position and I'm taping down my paper so that I'm going to be able to kind of draw quickly without worrying about it coming up and the paper folding up on me. So what I'm going to use now, I'll put the image up of the view that I'm trying to get in my viewfinder. You see that I've got my paper that's actually located vertically in portrait style, and I've creased and folded my paper in quarters. So I've got 4 quarters here. They're going to match 4 quarters of my viewfinder. We went over this a little bit in class until my camera kept sleeping on me. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a Sharpie marker, in this case just so you can see it in the video, and I'm going to use this viewfinder and kind of talk through how I'm able to draw from the viewfinder what I see in here to put it onto the paper. So what this means is that this first top square is going to be the first top square of the viewfinder. When I'm looking through there, I'm going to see what intersects with those lines and put it onto the paper. I'm going to use the kind of middle section where I put the string to locate where that center point will be, kind of in a point of interest. So as I'm doing this, and I'm standing up here, so it will change a little bit from the one we did in the drawing in class. But again, I'm going to use the lemon. I'm going to use a point in the view where I see the lemon touching the blue tape. And when I do this, every single time I'm going to take measurements. I'm going to look inside there to see where things are located. I'll put the blue tape right here and the bottom of the lemon right here on the inside square of my viewfinder. And every single time then I look around to see where everything else is. So I can always start with that right now if I want to. And as I look at my square, I notice that the lemon fills up this whole section of my square, which means, and I'm just going to kind of do it really lightly with the marker, that the lemon's going to fill in that space right there. So that's all I need to do right now. I'm going to look next to see, well, where does that tin can next to the lemon, how much space does it fill up in that top square? And if I looked at it, it looks like from here to here is where that can is. So that means from about here to here is where I'll be drawing the edges of the can. Alright, so that's why we tape it down. And I'm just going to do simple little lines because it's so much easier for me to draw a couple lines than it is all the detail in those objects, so that I can actually erase them if I get them in the wrong spot. So as I look, I'm looking for each object. I'm kind of taking a measurement. I put my viewfinder down back to where the lemon is, and I look around and I can see where things are intersecting. I can see where objects might be relating, and I'm not exactly correct on this right now, but what I'm trying to do, you can see that I maybe got my little tape off a little bit, is I'm trying to just locate and practice using a viewfinder to find my different elements in the drawing. And every time I'm not quite sure where things are, I line it back up with the viewfinder and my point of interest, and then I look at, from that point of interest, where things relate, as I see them in the other squares. Now this practice of being able to use a viewfinder going back and forth, in the end, you're not really going to, at the end of classes, it won't be something that'll be so reliant, and it might take you a while. You might think, oh, this is going to take me forever to figure this stuff out. And if it feels a little arduous and weird at first, that is great. And you know what that means? It means that you are doing something new for the first time. And when something is new, it just takes a little bit more time. And the more we get in practice with it, the more it feels natural to us, and the easier these quick gesture drawings can be. Alright, so this is my drawing right here. I'm kind of now studying other elements to it. I'm seeing that I might have gotten maybe my tape a little bit in the wrong spot, my lemon not big enough, and I'm practicing doing my drawing. I think this roll of tape got giant in the middle because I saw a lot of the metal here. Here's my paper from the toilet paper roll. Okay. So this is a great just beginning sketch I would normally do this in my graphite pencils. And then the next thing, maybe I wasn't quite happy with this, I could take this and flip it over and do it again. So this is the first step towards trying to create your viewfinder drawing.